In the spring semester of my junior year of college, I decided to study abroad, and I went to Cape Town, South Africa for about 6 months. It was overall an amazing, fantastic experience, and I really, really enjoyed it and learned a lot, grew a lot, and it was an experience that I think one of those foundational experiences that really helped to change the way that I think and the way that I approach the world around me and interact. I'm a very public service oriented person, and so when I got to Cape Town, the first thing I wanted to do was to find some place to serve. So I got involved with the local nonprofit known as Shako Education, and I started working in a township called Khayelitsha. So a little background on Khayelitsha, on how townships came to be. South Africa was under apartheid, the apartheid regime. Under apartheid, many of the black South Africans, along with coloreds, were moved into townships. There were black townships, there were colored townships, and the white people lived kind of within the center. We'll talk about Cape Town, within the center of Cape Town. And so I was working in Khayelitsha. It's a black township that is located by the airport. And to describe a township is really hard, but it is a type of poverty that is just like way more deeply entrenched than it is in the United States. There was really not good housing. It was kind of like dilapidated cardboard to make homes. Townships are known as very dangerous places to be, really high rates of rape and sexual assault, gender-based discrimination, high rates of unemployment, high rates of alcoholism, drug-related abuses, low levels of education, little English, mainly more native Bantu language speakers. And so when I was working in this township, I was working with two different groups, a group of 6-year-olds, so they mainly spoke Zulu, so trying to help, Zulu and Xhosa, so helping to teach English, helping them learn how to read, doing math, doing art activities, those kinds of things. And then I was also working with 10th and 11th grade high schoolers, and with that I was teaching physics, accounting, Physics, accounting, algebra, and then another segment that was about college preparation and college readiness. And it was just an amazing, amazing experience. I think to go and to see how far South Africa has come in some ways, but in others ways that it is largely the same. Granted, it's only been 20 years since the apartheid regime has been dismantled, but South Africa is definitely still a country in transition, and the people who are living in these townships were definitely hit the hardest and feel the very material effects of institutional racism and systemic racism and segregation and discrimination. So working with these kids, I just learned a lot about how racism operated on a global level. It wasn't something that was confined to the United States, but instead white supremacy and black inferiority were something that operated on a very large scale and had, again, very tangible and material consequences for those who did not fit into the white